Yes, sir. You wanted to see me? Yes. Yes, sir. We did locate Alice. Well, my team and I were on the West Coast, specifically San Francisco. Why? Well, sir, please keep in mind that Alice has no family members except for an aunt who lives in San Francisco. Well, no, sir, they're not particularly close. However, this time of the year, the girls, well, they often want to be with family members, any family members who are still alive. Normally, this is not a problem, as we can bring individual family members for visits to the facility. But as you know, Alice ran away. And, well, sir, with her abilities, she could be anywhere in the country. After only a few hours, I realized that San Francisco was a long shot, but it was our best bet. No, sir, no. As I said, she and her aunt are not close at all. The aunt was horrified to learn that Alice had escaped. Yes. Well, keep in mind, sir, that as her only living relative, before Alice ended up at the facility, her aunt was taking care of her, and, well, she became a first-hand witness to Alice's abilities. The young girl couldn't particularly control her abilities, and there were a few small accidents. The aunt was very happy when we came to get Alice. As I said, the two were never particularly close, but Alice never showed any resentment towards her aunt. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes. Well, after a while, we stuck around, myself and the team in San Francisco, in the house, hoping Alice would return. We have other teams checking other leads. One of the leads finally seemed to pay off. No, sir. No. Well, it seems that a drunk driver in Maine ended up with his car being swerved severely into a ditch. Yes, sir, there was a witness. Yes, sir. Highway trooper saw a young girl about to be struck. She threw her hands up, and the truck went flying into the ditch. Yes, sir. No, sir, no. The trooper doesn't suspect a thing. From his description, it sounded like Alice, and clearly she used her powers to save herself. As for the driver, he was a bit banged up. obviously, but he was driving a modern-day truck with airbags and all that other wonderful stuff to save drunk drivers so they can go out on the road again. Yes, sir. Well, the way the trooper wrote up his report, and I did provide you with a copy of that, sir. Yes, sir. According to the trooper, the girl panicked, threw up her arms. The driver must have realized that he was about to run over a little girl, and so he swerved hard into the ditch. Being drunk, he turned the wheel a lot harder than he should have. Oh, yes, sir. Yes. Yes, that particular law enforcement officer wrote it up as a drunken accident. He had no clue that Alice used her powers to swerve that truck. No clue at all, and the drunk driver doesn't remember what happened, so he's going along with the official report. Yes, sir. Well, what can I say, sir? Sometimes things work themselves out. This is one example. Oh, no, sir. My team and I were not there to take Alice into custody and to bring her home. Oh, no. Well, there was a nearby town, and Alice was spotted there, or I should say, a girl of her description was spotted there. Yes, sir. Well, my team went out immediately. Yes, sir. No, sir. No, sir. Sir, I think you're a little confused. Allow me to explain. When I say my team and I went out there immediately, I mean immediately. Yes. Well, Cece was with us. Yes. And she was able to use her powers to get my entire team, myself, and her to the east coast of America, where Alice was, pretty much in the blink of an eye. Yes, sir. Well, sir, I know that technically I'm not authorized. However, and I do apologize for taking liberties, but considering how powerful Alice really is, she doesn't even know how powerful she is. The truth of the matter is, sir, Alice trusts me. I'm pretty much the only person at the facility she trusts. Yes, sir. And Cece trusts me as well. So do a few of the other girls. Oh, how did I earn their trust? Well, when a little girl wants to play tea party and everyone around her is busy doing adult work, the adult who takes the time to sit with her and play tea party, that's the one they learn to trust. When their favorite stuffed animal gets a tear, The adult who knows how to sew, or can at least do a decent job of it. Yeah. Yeah. I'm the one they trust. When a button falls off of a teddy bear and the little one is worried that, oh no, Teddy'll go blind if he loses his other button, if he loses his other eye. The adult who knows how to sew buttons onto teddy bears, that's the one who's going to win their trust. That's right, sir. The girls trust me. So it was very important that my team and I end up where Alice was and end up there immediately. A trusting face can help when a little girl is scared, confused, far from home. I had Cece use her powers to send us all the way out there. Well, sir, of course there are consequences. Oh, that pesky generator acting up again. How unfortunate. There we go. There we go. What's that, sir? No, that was not Ellen. Ellen is currently asleep. No need to worry. That wasn't Ellen. That was just the generator. No need to worry about Ellen. As far as Cece and her abilities, well, yes. Yes, sir, I have to agree with you that, yes, that air dispenser is rather annoying. I can have Julio remove that in the morning for you. I doubt it's doing much good. I'll call maintenance. Julio can take care of that. But as for Cece, her powers do come with consequences. Not huge ones. We traveled from the west coast of America to the east coast. I told all the men to remove their helmets. They did, and promptly vomited on the ground. Well, human body was never designed for that sort of travel, sir. Oh, yes, sir. Even I ended up vomiting on the ground. Quite frankly, my face became beet red. My eyes became bloodshot, and I had trouble breathing for a few seconds. However, I'm used to it. A couple of the other men, they needed a bit of medical attention, but most of my team was good. And of course, it doesn't bother Cece. We had her hang back a bit, and, well, honestly, sir, I could just lie to you and say that we received some intel as to where Alice was in town, but I think it's rather obvious where she was. Christmas time, lonely little girl. Yeah, I think it's obvious where she was. Well, sir, you have to keep in mind, her English teacher, without authorization, mind you, spoke to Alice and some of the other girls about Santa Claus, about Christmas. Oh no, sir, she was not authorized to do that at all. She was just supposed to teach, simply teach English along with English history. And I guess she felt that Santa Claus and Christmas was part of that history. Oh, yes, sir. She has been terminated. Oh, sir, no. No, not like that. We fired her. Yes, sir. Well, we make sure that all of the teachers sign a confidentiality agreement. Yes. If she speaks to anyone, we will simply sew her into a cardboard box and make it impossible for her to find a teaching job literally anywhere in the world. And we may have accidentally mentioned that to her. Yes, sir. Oh no, she's not the sort to give us trouble. She'll keep her mouth shut. She knows what's good for her. But yes, sir, I had a hunch. So I went to the giant Christmas tree lighting in the center of town. Yes, sir. There she was, little Alice, looking up at the trees. All the smaller trees on the outskirts of the tree lighting. And as she slowly made her way towards the center, where all the other children gathered and stared up at the tree, I made sure that she saw me and the rest of my team surrounding her in civilian clothing, of course. Well, except for Anderson and Hawkins, like I said, a couple of members of my team did get sick with that fast travel, thanks to Cece, and they needed medical attention. Except for those two, the rest of my team was there. Civilian clothing. We stood around. I made sure that Alice could see me and the rest of the team. I told the team to stand at attention, arms crossed in front of them, stoic expressions on their faces. Do not approach Alice. And when she noticed me, I simply gave her a slight smile with my arms crossed. Well, yes, sir, we could have moved in immediately. And then what? Have her panic? Possibly get angry and upset? No. All she wanted was to experience Christmas, to celebrate Christmas in her own little way. Well, sir, I understand that. There we go again. Yeah, that is rather annoying. Sir, I can assure you Ellen is in her bed. This is not due to her or her abilities. Please, try to understand, sir. Alice, like Cece and Ellen and the rest of the girls, yes, they are powerful. Yes, it's going to take them a long time to control their abilities, although Cece in particular is a very fast learner. We can already put her in the field with other teams. Well, all right, sir, that's your judgment call. I guess we can wait. But she was very useful during this mission. As far as Alice goes, as I said, she's a little girl. She wanted to experience Christmas. And I allowed her to experience it, while at the same time letting her know that she needed to come home once the experience was over. And that's what I did. My team and I could have moved in aggressively. We could have seized her. We could have brought her back kicking and screaming, although it would have made a horrible scene in front of the townsfolk. We could have done that. But why? It was just easier to wait a few minutes, let her enjoy those few minutes, and then she came back with us to the facility of her own free will. No crying, no struggling, no having to sedate her, no loss of manpower. And now she trusts me even more than she did before, because I allowed her to have that moment of joy, that moment of Christmas. No, sir, I'm not sentimental at all. I'm just really good at faking it in front of the girls. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. Well, Alice is back and she's asleep in her bed, and everything worked out. Yes, sir.